Dr. Anita Hawk here, your chiropractic coach and mentor. Okay, docs, I have been getting a lot of requests for how do I do top to bottom, full body adjustment. So here it is again, second time around, a breakdown, kind of deconstructed, how I do a full-on spinal extremity, upper and lower. So here we go. I have my patient laying face down. Great patient to adjust because he's definitely a very muscular patient, so I'm going to modify my technique just a little bit for that. So hopefully for your benefit you'll learn some tips. So first off, I like to start by palpating my patients with a bit of a traction while I palpate. And why I like to do it this way is it serves two purposes. Actually, more like three purposes. One, it allows me to connect with the patient by not only finding, what spots are tight, what areas need to be adjusted, but it also allows the patient to know and connect with my hands and know that I am paying attention and finding the problems. And as I'm actually tractioning, I'm starting to feel a little bit of release coming through, meaning there is some movement, a little light popping, not a full adjustment. It's just starting to relax and release, which will also prep him for the adjustment. Okay, so first off, I like to start patients prone. Of course, we can check his leg length and see, okay, do we have a shorter leg? Looks like he's got a bit of a shorter leg here on this right side. Okay, when I put my hands over the medial malleolus, you'll see this hand's a little higher. Okay, and then of course, if we practice the next test, we can see it still stays short in this position. So I'm thinking we got a PI probably on this right side. And then of course, with my traction, I'm going to check that, and it definitely feels locked up right here. So that's going to be part of my diagnosis of what am I adjusting. So now that we got him relaxed, we're just going to release these shoulders for a few seconds. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and breathe out. Good. So you'll notice, another deep breath, as I'm adjusting his thoracics, I'm not leaving tension on my hands or on his back while I'm waiting for him to breathe, because this way he's not going to be able to relax and actually allow me to get a good adjustment in. Okay, so take another deep breath and breathe out. There you go. Again, I'm not putting tension, I'm just waiting for him to relax here. There we go. So this was a TL junction. So I went like T12, L1, which is why I stepped further back away from him so that I could get into the proper spine curvature here, because we know that it's going down here, so you got to move your body a little bit. Now I want to release his CT junction. Please review my video for the deconstruction of my CT junction for more tips, but we're going to get right in here, and then boom, we're going to get that T1, T2. If there's a rib here, which I'm feeling on this right side, we're going to adjust as well. Now after I've done the CT junction, I like to recheck my work, which also reconnects the patient to know that, hey, I'm double checking and I feel a little spot here. Take another deep breath and just breathe out. Good. So anything that's not in, we're gonna move. Now we're gonna work on reinforcing the curvature for his neck. So lift up your head for me. Use the headpiece. I get right in at C6, web contact, push straight down. There we go. And then if you could, lay on your side for me, please, facing this direction. So now I'm going to adjust his lumbar. I'm actually going to be hitting L4. I like to do kick moves just because of the stature of my body and the size. I find that to have more power and control. So we're going to bring that hip out a little bit more. The key is making sure that the knee is not pointing down, so that's going to lower your leverage. You want to make sure the knee is either facing up. And now, hand is here to support him, so he doesn't roll off. I'm going to take my fingers, I'm going to hit the L4, L5 SP to pull it over to this left side. My leg's going to come right on top here, and we're just going to do the kick simultaneously. I'm pulling those SPs. Now we're going to get the PI on this side. So go ahead and turn over. I'm going to come around. Make sure I don't get too caught up here with this wire. Okay, so just to get this section, this is a great view for you to be able to see kind of how I'm doing a contact on this PI side. So I'm going to get right in, and this junction, so we're not on lumbars, I'm actually on the SI joint here. So on his back, the SI joint is where I'm actually contacting. Again, I'm going to hold him here, make sure his knee's in the right position. If you need to reposition that, do so the patient can relax. hit again that SI joint, get in there, take a deep breath, and just breathe out. Again, simultaneously, I'm pulling that sacroiliac as I'm kicking. You did great. Go ahead, lay on your back. Knees are bent. And I like to have patients with their knees bent like this so that their lower back curvature is not doing this. We actually have it straightened out and it's more comfortable for the adjustment. I'm also going to ask the patient to place their hands under your pelvis, please. Tuck your hands under your pelvis. And that will allow his neck and shoulders to relax as well, because why fight muscles while you're trying to give a good adjustment? I want to make this as easy for your patient as well as for you. Okay, so now I'm contacting the subluxated vertebrae that I'm feeling here. And I'm contacting here around C6. Found the spot. I like to do a thumb pull, so I'm going to do a little tissue traction. I'm going to laterally flex his head over that spot, relax my grip so that he can relax. And as soon as I feel him relax, that's when I'm going to go ahead and adjust. Okay? We had a little resistance here from the patient, and I'm going to blame myself because I went a little slower than I usually would, just so that you can see what I'm doing here. So on this side again, found the spot, traction, laterally flex first, let the headrest do the work for me. Let his head sit there. Let this right shoulder relax for me. Boom. As soon as you relax, that's when you go. So that little window, a split second, you don't want to lose taking advantage of that. So now, little traction for his neck. Then, as you may have seen in my previous videos, I always like to incorporate neck traction as well as improving the lordosis. So I'm just going to let his head fall. Got his sutures of his skull to relax a little bit. If I'm adjusting the jaw, I would do it now. Go ahead and relax your jaw for me. And while his mouth is just relaxed and not clenched together, his teeth are not clenched, I can have him open and close. Open as wide as you can and close. Now, it feels like his jaw is gliding normally, but if it wasn't, then I would do my traction adjustment. You can see a video on that separately if you'd like. So while he's in this position, I'm going to show you some of the upper extremity adjustments I do. So I'm going to start here with the wrist. Let your body relax. And you'll notice, docs, I am keeping him in this neck cervical traction while I do this part, because I want to benefit him to have more time on there if he can. So now we're doing the, we just did the ulnar, doing the radius. Make sure that I did a good job. So with the ulnar, I'm going to get right in. My goal is to go like this. Okay? And then for the radius, we're going to hit the olecranon and open it up. So we had a good release. After that was done, I'm going to recheck his wrist, his thumb joint, get onto his shoulder. I know. You okay? Yeah. Let me take this out from his neck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I know. He's like, stop torturing me, please. Okay, so we got one side here. Now I'm going to move down to his leg. I'm going to go ahead and take care of any toes, any piggies that need to have some more motion. Get underneath the big toe. And then I'm going to grab a hold, cross my fingers like this, get on his foot, on the navicular here, pull, traction out. Good. And then on top of the foot and kind of working on the heel here, just releasing. Knee, we're going to get right in, grab a hold of the back of the knee, relax your body here. There we go. Okay, one side is done. Let's get this side. Make sure we complete. This one was easy. Same thing. Just making sure we get all of our spots. So again, check that ankle, navicular, cross here, and just pull. Great. Doing okay? Patient? He must be okay because he's not saying anything, so that's a good thing. So now I'm going to go right underneath your knee. Yeah, I'm talking to you. There we go. Traction that knee. And then let's come around here and I'll show you this side. So it doesn't take very long to do a complete full adjustment so that your patient not only gets maximum motion, but you can provide them in a few minutes maximum function and of course a better life. So help your patients. Hope this video helped for you. Please keep your questions and comments coming. Dr. Anita Haag.